Hello, everyone. Oh my God, it's Zeph. Yes, it's Zeph on your screen. I wanted to come on a little bit early. Well, really not, but I had planned to come on a little bit early, but I wasn't able to get on because there's so many things that I had to kind of relearn on this production tool. It's been almost 2 years since my last formal official production. So I literally had to look again, where am I pressing during this broadcast? But anyways, I just want to say welcome you all to the show. Boom! This is a limited live series, Connected Conversations Live. And why did I want to do this show? All right, long story short, a different day, I'll go right into depth. Maybe, follow me on social and I'll tell you this Definitely Connected story. So this week, I decided to launch my new brand, Zefinitely Connected, on Friday, 11/1, which is November 1st. What? Number 111? Very angelic numbers. Then I said, what would be great is for those of my connections, my yes connections that live far away or who just can't be here and celebrate with me in person, what would be the next best thing to do? Was, of course, I have to bring them to this party on the screen. So this is what we're doing today. Connected Conversations Live is all about change makers, passionate change makers. We want to explore deep stories of, inspiring, powerful connections, especially the yes connections that transform communities. What happened was, when almost 2 years ago, I had gone through this journey of just kind of awakening, and life said, hey, it's time to do some work. And I did, right? And I wasn't able to be creative. So I kind of laid back a little bit, kind of took a sabbatical. And then I said, you know what? Let's see what my higher power, God, creator, whatever I call it, tells me to do. So right now, I'm inspired with this new brand called Zefinitely Connected. There is a story to the word Zefinitely. So I'm not going to talk much because I'm excited to have these two gals. Oh my God, they have a great story and they will share because they are passionate change makers. All right, I'll be right back. And if you're on social, please share. Okay, please share it on all your social invite. For those who are not on the socials and you're not seeing them anywhere, all these live links, I'd like you to go to, I'm going to put it up right here on the screen. You go to zefinitelyconnected.com and you go on the events tab and you will see the Zefinitely Connected Conversations live show, and go there and get the link. All right. So let's get started. I'm so excited and I'll be right back. Let me see if I can find what I'm supposed to play right now. I'll be right back. They say always have good music when you're launching a new event experience because we all shake up a little bit when we have music. All right, everybody, I'm excited to bring these two gals. I'm going to put them on the screen shortly, but I've gotten to know Rukshana and Jay from a previous event, and Jay and I go all the way back, and we call ourselves Soul Sisters. I don't know if any of you have been following me in the past few years, especially in 2022. We had virtual event or conference for women called Soul Victory Live, and these two were part of our soul sisterhood. But today it's all about the show called Connected Conversations Live. And what is it? It's where passionate change makers explore deeper stories that inspire powerful connections and community transformations. Why? I think connections and community are the key for us to propel forward and grow. Let me bring them on screen. Here we go. Hey! Let me switch position with Rukshana because she's the guest. Hello. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello, hello.
Wait, we have the Malaysian way. Show them how to do it, Jay.
What have you
Everybody
been
do
with?
this. That means
Money,
love, heart, right?
love, and
Hello.
money.
Love
Love
and
and
money. There
money.
you go. All right, ladies, I know it's been a while. 2022 was kind of last. We were all three of us were on screen together, and that was a blast. But today I wanted to have a conversation about, I feel why I invited two of you. I feel you both are passionate change makers. You're always building yes connections and you're building communities. But before we get started, I'd like for you, Rukshana, to take about a minute to kind of introduce yourself, and then Jay will go after that. Here we go. Meet Rukshana, all the way from Portland, Oregon.
Good morning. It's good morning over here. Hi, everyone. Rukshana here from Portland, Oregon. So happy to be here. A former refugee and a community builder here in the Pacific Northwest. We call the Pacific Northwest, Portland, Seattle area, and a little bit further south down. Yeah, so happy to join the stage with you, Jay, all the way from Malaysia. Just to thank you, definitely, for creating the space for connections.
Yay! And Jay, you're up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ishak from Malaysia, Petaling Jaya, Malaysia, Selangor. I am an event specialist. So we work closely together. I work closely together with Zef during the pandemic. We were so very active. So this has been quite a while since we get connected again online. I am an event specialist. I'm the founder of Sexy Events, as in 6E Events.
Sexy.
Sexy Events. And I'm the president of MODA, Malaysian Official Designers Association, a fashion designers community and fashion related business owners here in Malaysia. MODA is 33 years old, and I'm just on my second year. Yeah, and we are definitely connected.
We are definitely connected. Y'all get used to the hashtag. It's we are definitely connected. There is a story to the word definitely, but I won't tell it today because there's a lot of stories that's going to go on the screen today in this show. But before that, I just want to do a quick shout out. Alyssa and Malor are watching right here on Instagram Live. Hey, ladies, how are you? They're watching live, and there's someone watching on LinkedIn. Here we go. I can put up the LinkedIn user. I don't know who that is, but on it to be part of the so system. So who's here? Whoop whoop! And then we also have. Yes, and hi, glad to be here. I don't know why LinkedIn is doing this, but I can't see your name, which is super weird. But anyways, if you're here in the chat on LinkedIn, let us know who you are. All right, ladies, and all the audience out there, when I schedule everybody, right? This is the power of the creator and a divine place that I have no control over. And I'm looking at the entire schedule, and I'm looking at Jay and Rukshana, and I'm looking and I'm saying, wow, thank you from the divine guidance, because I'm like, this too, they have a common what can I say? A common interest and passion right now. It's all about fashion, and I'm gonna let them tell you. But ladies, I'm gonna open up for all of you who are trying to figure out what are they talking about. We're gonna talk about, change makers, inspiring, powerful connections that transform communities. So I know, Rukshana, you have been, doing a lot of fundraising and using the fashion show that you're doing. How many years now?
This is technically our 5th year, but 4th year in production.
Whoop, whoop, congratulations. And I want to show something, her picture later, but Jay, you two just recently started dabbling, or I think you have the honor of being the president of what?
MODA,
Which is the Malaysian, what was it again?
Malaysian Official Designers Association.
Designers Association. So, folks, when I saw them both scheduled in, I'm like, "Well, we're going to talk about fashion, of course. But most importantly, I want to talk about both your work. I know, Jay, you just got back from Moscow, right?
Yeah.
And Rukshana, she is heavy right now into planning and organizing and managing the back end of the fashion show, which is happening when, Rukshana?
It's happening November 16th this year.
November 16th. Whoop whoop. We found out who the LinkedIn user is. It's Surani. Hi, Surani.
Hi, Sujani.
So good to have you here. Another Malaysian, but she's based here in the US of A in Connecticut. Same with me. And she says, congratulations, Jay.
Thank you.
Glad
Thank
to
you.
be here. So I want to talk about this, right? We talk about us, the change makers. I think in the work that we do, jump in, ladies, whenever you feel like it. This is no, this is not the kind of shows that we've had in the past where it's very structured. Like, no, we're just gonna talk and we're gonna make this content like free flow and a lot of inspiring moments. So I want to talk about because lately I've also been focusing a little bit more on the community side because I truly believe that we have powerful connections. I'm having goosebumps. Zev Goosies, if you all have forgotten, I have it right now. Not kidding, not joking. They all know what it is. But I was thinking about, you know, we have powerful connections around the world. It doesn't have to be in person and like this on the screen, that we are doing things that are transforming communities. Rukshana, can you take a few minutes to kind of share about your fashion show and what has kind of inspired you to launch this show within your community, within your Yes connections, and what are you hoping to accomplish?
Of course. So the fashion show really started by accident. It was one of those things. I have a nonprofit called Firmina Foundation, and the foundation is focused on building schools in Mozambique, Malawi in the future, and Zambia. And that's my birth country that I came from. I wanted to be able to give back. So working with building the school, traveling, some of these students were giving me some of the African attire to bring into United States so American women can wear them. So,
Oh, I love it.
from an evening dinner party, having these friends and having wine over and having these clothes and selling them, it created a lot of pride for these kids, in the village, seeing American women wear some of these beautiful attire. And the whole concept came, if my clothes can go to US, just the whole concept of Nike or Adidas or something like they're shipped around the world, however impactful I can make in my village to build a community. It went on from having dinner 12 people to 20 people. And then I maxed out. I couldn't have events in my house anymore. It went into having a little fashion show in a little space. And now we're a full blown production. We have a team of 7 people putting this production together. Again, a collaboration, a collaboration supporting. We try to feature some of these young artists who are just starting up, to feature them for dance or drums, because when they get that spotlight, their success becomes my success, while we're doing that spotlight, showing them off to our platform through the African Fashion Show. That's how we raise funds. That's how abundance, you're talking about abundance and the universe flow of energy, how like you give, you create space, and you give again.
Yes,
And then what happens, and we start getting gift from different angles, and the universe starts gifting us in many, many ways. So
I love that.
I'm very fortunate to be able to be connected to amazing people. But I do believe that, when we do build, like you said, Zeph, when we build a community, that concept is really creating that space, and trusting that space is going to expand. That person is going to go to the next level, and they're going to be success. And then their success also means my success. And through that, that's how we build, because
100%.
we're cheering them on, and we're bringing more
Yes.
people, cheering them on. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And you know what I've noticed is that, when we actually show up within the community and we put our heart and soul into it, people see and people watch our actions. And then we don't have to like nag at them or whatever. They just show up too, those who really want to show up. And that's how I think communities grow. And I'm going to ask you this, Rukshana, because I'm going to ask you to share a little bit about this picture that I'm going to put up next, because I had asked you, if you could share a picture that would actually tell a little bit of a story, let's go deep dive, people. Like, we're not gonna go like foo, just top of the, no, we're gonna go deep dive. Even if I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. So what? But it shows emotion. But I wanted you to tell a story about why you picked this picture, because I had asked, like, share a picture about maybe an aha moment, about a moment that kind of like gave you this inspiration, like, wow, I do have connections and we are all coming together, transforming communities. I'm going to put this picture up. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the things as we're putting the show, this is literally our 5th year, but also in production, this is our 4th year. This was our 3rd year where we decided to bring in some students. We recruited some students to learn how to dance a traditional dance. And one of the beautiful things about this is these kids had no concept why they're dancing, the history, why they're putting this dance together. They're learning. They knew that they're putting a dance for a fashion show, but they had no connection. But you could tell, like, they're getting tired. It was summer. It was they're like done for the 6th week. I'm like, why are we doing this? And then at the end, I let them know what the fashion show was about. It's about bringing people together. It's about actually fundraising to build schools for the kids. And then I had brought a slideshow, like some pictures from the village, and I showed the kids. I said, we want to build a school so that these kids are not learning under a mango tree. So they are learning in a classroom, and we want to have books in the library. So it was like that mind blowing for these children to be able to associate the story, why they're doing what they're doing, to perform while we're doing fundraiser. So after they saw the picture, they are more motivated because they know the story behind that community side, right? They know what they were doing. They're learning how to dance to perform. So they're going to perform in front of that was the 3rd year. No, the 2nd year, they're going to perform in front of 100 people to raise funds to build a library for this village town in Mozambique. So that's how was really, really fascinating to watch them, not really motivated, but at the end motivated. And they did a bright performance. I mean, my mom she designed their clothes for them. They were so excited. We talked about the tribal paintings, what the tribal painting means, represent in the tribal world in different countries in Africa. We did a lot of history research. So we're all learning together. As they were performing, it was just a spectacular show. And who doesn't like to see the kids show perform? And that, again, bringing people together, bringing community, and having of a mission for empowering children through education.
Oh my God, I actually have goosebumps just thinking. I want to show something back on screen. Look at what the wall in the back, the words on the wall at the back of you guys say. Together, everyone achieve. We're not seeing the bottom part. Do you remember what that last line is, Rukshana? Together, everyone.
Awesome.
I just put her on the spot. Hello.
I didn't notice the background writing. That's awesome. That's good to know. Wow.
See, I pick up. If it's a community connection thing, I always pick up.
Can I finish that one? TEAM. Together, everyone achieve more.
My God.
Oh, I like that.
See,
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Jay gets it. Jay gets it. Jay's always paying attention, and I need to pay attention to. You're right. Team, TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. Oh my God, you're so right. And look at this beautiful kids. They showed up, they did their thing because they understood their mission, and I think when we share, the community shares a mission, and everybody starts showing up, because then they can actually hold and be proud about it. And I love that. Thank you. Because for all of you guys out there, I'm going to put this on the chat if you are here, but I'm going to put it up in the comments so that you probably, because it'll stay in all the chats. You can go to this link, and that's where the African Fashion Show information that Rukshana shared with me, you can get that information. Yes. LinkedIn user, I think this is Suryani. #team. I like that. I really like that. Jay, you're next. And reason, he goes like, me? Oh, okay. But do you see something similar? Because I know, was it last year or the year before that you went to China and Moscow?
Last year.
Last year you went to both China and Moscow?
Yeah, it was just a week in between. I had a week break. I went to Yeah, it was after China, 1 week break for me to breathe, and then off to Moscow.
Oh my
And it
God.
was really cold.
Jay the Globetrotter. And she's like, here, she's like the Oreo cookie. You see her now and you don't see her next, and she's globetrotting. But Jay, I want to ask you kind of similar question. But the thing is, being in a different country, like, in China and Moscow, I'm sure when it comes to people, everybody, are assimilated in different cultures, different practices. Do you see the similar patterns in community building? And I know you have something that you want to share with us. I'm going to put it up on screen. Let me know when to put it up on screen. But maybe you can share a little bit of that story of your journey traveling to China and or Moscow, whichever one you want to focus on. But do you see people really building yes connections, that kind of like they work together and transform communities?
Okay, before I go into those countries, let me just share a moment. I start off with myself first. I want to share the moment I said yes.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for saying yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So the moment when I said yes to the BRICS Fashion Summit in Moscow last year, it was a big decision, especially when those around me were skeptical about me going to Russia alone, given everything
Mm.
happening there. But despite the many no's, I went ahead anyway. And you know what? I wasn't alone in feeling that way. Other delegates had showed similar doubts back home. Uh, they had faced similar doubts back home. Yet we all thought, yes, let's go to Moscow. So we had that
Wow.
similarity. So
Yes.
the moment I reached the airport, it was snowing, but yet I felt this overwhelming sense of excitement. So the experience was beyond words, and I was glad that I trusted my gut. So connecting with the fashion community last year from over 60 countries was simply amazing, Zef and Rukshana. You know,
Wow.
fashion, like sports, has this unique way of bringing people together in harmony, no matter what else is happening. But sports and fashion always brings people together. So this is the second year organizing BRICS Fashion Summit. So when some of us, not all, but some of us were invited again to the BRICS Fashion Summit this year,
Does this
it
happen
was
like
like
every year? Is it an
they
annual
want
thing?
they want to make it annually. So
Oh,
last
so
year was
this is not annual yet.
uh, going to be. I think it will
Okay.
be because
Okay.
this is the second year.
Okay.
So when we got invited again, some of us got invited again. So it was like a reuniting with old friends. We picked up right where we left off. So we're calling each other out and sharing that same excitement to reconnect. So this year, with over 100 nations involved, we created even more connections. We shared
Wow.
meals, we attended panels together, we explored Moscow together, all bonded with our shared passion for fashion. So these
Let
are
me
the moments
do this
that
quickly before you even go a little bit deeper into the story. Here's one thing, right? So you just what I heard. I'm a foodie girl, right? I have to ask this question because, like, when you travel the world, this is always a challenge. Rishana, I'm sure you've also experienced this, right? We travel the world, right? We meet new people, new friends, and then you go to a dinner or you go to have a meal together, and you go like, "Oh, what are you eating?" And you go like, "Oh, what are you eating?" Right? And you go like, tell me what that is about. Do you find people in the countries that you've gone to, Jay, that they're curious about the food that you eat, and that
no,
becomes a conversation about connecting?
no, somehow or other,
Miss
no.
opportunity, people. This is how you do it. You sit down at the kitchen table, you start talking about food, right, and then you connect. This is how we do it. But anyways, go ahead, Jay. I just thought I
No,
just wanted
somehow
to
or
ask
other,
that.
no. So I want to just share that moment because those are the moments that make our connections truly meaningful and memorable. Even though we're there like for a
Yeah.
week,
Hmm.
but because we do a lot of things together, so we felt that some sort like a bond.
Camaraderie. Yep.
Yes. So when I reflect back on these experiences for this past 2 years, last year and this year,
Hmm.
it was like, I realized that I've always had this drive to say yes, even when the path isn't entirely clear. So as the as the president of MODA, this Fashion Designer Association, um, the combination of multicultural, multi-ethnic, and because they're designers, they're mostly fashion designers. I feel that I believe I'm a designer of connections.
Oh,
So
I
I
love
can
that.
design a space to make people get connected.
I love that. I love that.
I was just like, can we steal that? Hey, if y'all are watching this, let's steal that. Designer of connections. Hey, Surani, if you're watching, or Alyssa, or I see Danny and Malor watching on IG. But if you all are listening in right now, and if you just heard that, that's hashtag worthy. Designer of connections. Jay, I'm gonna steal that. I love that. I love that.
I'm a designer as well, you see.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I love that. That is actually what you should put right now as the president of MODA, right? You should say like Jay Isha, designer
Designer
of
of
connections,
connections.
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that will just, wake people up. And here, somebody put it up. I think Surani put it up. She goes, designer of connection. Whoop, whoop. We created a hashtag for you, Jay.
Thank you so much.
This is what happened with Zefinitely Connected. The word Zefinitely really started on screen like this almost 10. Oh my God, I'm having goosebumps. Almost 10 years ago. I'm going to do a separate conversation on that, but thank you for that, Jay. Now we're all inspired we're inspired already by Jay's yes connections. Like, hello, we're transforming communities. So continue, Jay, and then I know you want to share the image.
Okay, I wanna before I go to what I want to share. So back to the designer of connections. So
Yeah.
I embrace that spirit in connecting with designers and exploring that unfamiliar territories in the fashion industry. So when I took this role, Zef, I'm an events. I only
Yeah.
do events. So when
Yeah.
I took on this role, I wasn't deeply familiar with all the designers, but that sense of diving headfirst into something new fueled me. So there was a whole new world of talent and vision just waiting to be discovered and connected. So by entering into this unknown pushes me to learn, explore, and connect in ways that feel meant for me. So that energy I bring to MODA and encourage our members to have the courage to say yes to opportunities that come their way. So each yes opens doors they might not have known existed. So I keep telling them, you never know who you're going to meet, what ideas will inspire you, which relationships become transformative. So every interaction, whether with a friendly face or a designer on the other side of the world, is an opportunity to build something greater than ourselves. So I brought one designer. So last year I was alone. So this year I'm like, who's going to say yes and come with me? So Yani Bhakhtia, one of our designers, said, Jay, I trust you. I'm going to go with you. I said, so I told her, I'm going to get you a slot, either fashion show or exhibiting at the International Heritage Exhibition, because only 30 countries will be selected to exhibit. So I'm going to make sure you get the slot, and you better come with me, and you better say yes to whatever that I'm going to push to you. And she said, okay, Jay, go ahead. So I'm just going to can I share this one? Let me just
Yes.
run through fast.
Sure.
How do I do that? Okay.
Yeah, read it up. Yep.
Okay. So this was last year, and I knew I was alone in Moscow when I saw. Hang on.
Wow.
When I saw Malaysia, the scrolling, I was so proud. I was like,
my God! I'm proud now too.
I was like, I know I was the only one there, and I had the flag went up.
Look at that. Ah! Whoop, whoop. Everybody, if you're watching this, even on replay, give Jay a high five, a virtual high five. Oh my God, I love that.
So I make sure that I leverage on the big screen to show Songket Tenon and Songket over there. I mean, come
The
on.
Malaysian fabrics. Yeah, it's an art,
Yes, those are Malaysian
Rukshana. And I
fabrics.
think Africa has it too, right? Similarities in the fabric fashion. Yeah.
So this year we were at a panel session talking about about crafts, integrating them into modern contemporary fashion. So I make sure that Malaysia's name on the big screen for everybody to see.
Whoop whoop! Look
And
at
we showed some
that.
of our fashion show that we have done just to showcase to the world. We have modest fashion and we also have more contemporary fashion. So yeah, just to showcase to everyone. But they didn't. The rest didn't think of it. So, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to show them what we have in Malaysia. So this is Yani in the exhibition hall and me speaking. So we both did we make sure that we have a right purpose
Wow.
to be in Moscow, to make it to give our fullest to whatever that we can showcase. So these are, can you imagine, you see 100 countries, one person, one represent one country. Look at the all the one who those who say yes
How many
to come here.
countries were represented this year, Jay?
Hundreds.
Oh, wow.
Hundreds.
That's amazing.
These are the yes connection people, and
Yes.
that transform communities. Yes.
Oh my God, Zef. Okay, that's about it. All these one person represent one country. So it was amazing to be with them. We shared the same fashion. The fashion vibe is, if you have goosebumps, you lose all your hair. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. That's gonna be my next inspiration. If you have goosebumps, you're gonna lose all your hair. People, you all heard this on Connected Conversations live. I love that. I mean, like, if you have goosebumps, or if I have tons of Zev Goosies, I'm gonna have no hair on my arms. You don't have to shave, people or ladies. Just have Zev Goosies all the time. But no, I mean, I'm really inspired by this story. I just want to put up something, and I just want to take a little bit moment. Whew, we're shifting from the 200 miles per hour to a very emotional point. And this is where I want to talk about the exploring deep dive stories of passionate change makers, inspiring, yes, connections, and also transforming communities. I want to put this up. Take a look at this picture, right? About 100, is it? 100 people attended?
100
Do you? Yeah.
representative from 100 nations, 100 countries were there.
I'm having goosebumps because from your story, 100 people, and Rukshana, you probably can actually connect to this story too. Imagine the communities they go into and they transform, because each of them, oh my goodness, I'm gonna not have hair by the time I finish this launch because I'm having Zaf Goosies constantly. This is what I want to inspire people. Take a look at the picture. Think about 100 people taking products that it could be like Malaysia, you had the songket, the batik, and the dressmakers and everything going into those communities. Oh my God. And transforming them, because you get people to bind hands together, right? The yes connections, and be a part of a community that is vibrant, that is thriving. I want to pause for a moment. Think about that. 100 communities. Each of these people would probably know at least touch 5 people, 500 people. That's 500 people of 500 other little communities. I have Zav Goosies. If you don't have Zav Goosies right now, if I see you with a lot of hair, I know you don't have Zav Goosies.
Okay, you know what, Zeb and Rukshana? So what happened, what had transpired is, out of this 150 nations, we signed an MOU to form
Wow.
BRICS International Fashion Federation for the emerging market, for the emerging countries, emerging designers come together, have that intercultural exchange of designers, the fashion show founders, the fashion associations. So we are forming BRICS International Fashion Federation. Can you imagine that? Because of the energy was so, I was just speechless. All I know, when I saw that opportunity, I said, "Do you want to sign for Malaysia?" And I said, I just took the pen and I just signed. Let's do this.
It's incredible.
Woo, Zev Goosies. And
Yes,
I think
yes.
Surani just asked you, LOL, really? Really? It must be. So, and she said, and somebody also says sports, fashion, and yes, food too, all bring
Yeah, food
cultures
too.
together. 100%. And that's why I think it is important for us to kind of like always, we have people around us always inspiring, yes, connections, and we are doing the work that we do with communities to transform thriving and also vibrant communities. Oh my God. I know I scheduled for only 30 minutes, but this gives us an opportunity to open up a bit later as I, do more shows or even create opportunities for conversations like this one. Because I feel, ladies, the work that you both do, I mean, Rukshana, I mean, building schools so that children don't have to go and study or learn, like get an education under the mango tree. I mean, like Zav Goosies, I swear by the time I launched this brand, I would not have any hair. And then Jay, Jay, I think what MODA has been lucky with you is that you have the event person's mindset. So you see everything, right? How to build your connections based on your experience being an event planner. And you see all those gaps and you feel those gaps. And those are your touch points as a designer of what? Connections.
Connections.
I love that.
I love it, love
Together,
it, love it.
everyone can achieve more. I love that.
Yes, I
Beautiful.
love that. I mean, we're all gonna steal it. Anyways, we don't have much time, but I just want to take a minute for each of you to kind of wrap up with one thing. Like, imagine if you're given a power connection toolkit, right, to your audience, from your audience. What, like, if you want to give your audience, okay, here's your designer of connection toolkit, the power connection toolkit. What are the top 3 tools or mindsets you think you'd include in it to help build yes connections and cultivate thriving communities? Go ahead, Rukshana.
I'm going to take that also from what Jay said. I think saying yes to the unknown, I think
Oh my
that
God.
saying yes to the unknown opens up so many opportunities because we don't have the steps. And then number 2 is really connecting with people we don't know, because from them we're able to learn so much. I mean, it's easier to hang out with the people we can network through our neighborhood, our communities. But when we're able to travel to a different place, we're able to expand that and then it's like every day we're boosting the economy, we're helping our economy is in our backyard, our small businesses,
Agreed.
our artists, our designers, like everything we're doing is brings us to a richness to our backyard communities too. So
Love it. Jay, what about you? What will you put in your a designer of connection toolkit? These are the power tools, people.
Okay, number 1, I'm going to steal Rukshana's. Number 1, show up. Show up. Have the courage to say yes. Take the opportunity. Second, have faith. Have faith. Have faith that things will work out fine. Have faith that when you enter into the unknown, that things will work out fine for you. They'll work out the best for you. And 3, have this in mind always, always, always. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. When you design something, is for others. So when I create platforms for our members, for our designers, when I looked at them at the runaway, you feel so proud. I feel so proud of them. And when they do a good show, the showcase went great. It's like a mom feels so proud of their child. That
Oh,
kind of thing.
love that.
So it feels. So you know what? I will guide. I will be that your designer of connections. All you have to do is say yes, have faith, and show up.
I'm having Zefinitely, I swear.
I have
swear.
Zefinitely. I have
Yeah.
Zefinitely.
This is what I'm talking about, and what really inspired me to have this kind of show this time around is for the entire past 2 years since I was so victory fast. I think, oh my, stop! I know, guys, stop! I won't have any hair. I feel like this is where I belong, and I am the storyteller. And not only that, I am the connector and the curator. Actually, I wanted to always curate another person's human experience, right? Because sometimes people don't know how to. Sometimes they're introvert. They really don't know how to tell the story, or they go like, "Oh, who do I talk to?" And I'll be like, "Oh, have you met Jay? Oh, Jay's right here. Make sure you call her. Oh, Rukshana, she's in Portland. If you are in Portland and you ever get stopped by police or whatever, call Rukshana." No, I'm just kidding. But that's the point of this, because we're transforming communities, and when we transform communities, when we transform communities, we cannot do it alone. I promise you that. Am I right, ladies?
Yes.
There's always going to leverage your yes connections, and that's where the power lies. I just want to say thank you to all who has been watching with us live, and I'm going to kind of raise my cup because I drink coffee. I don't know what Jay drinks. I don't know what Rukshana drinks.
Water.
This is a great celebration kickoff, and this is awesome. And I'm going to put out one more last one. I think Suriani says great tools for all yes, unknown, show up, and faith. Boom. All right. I love that. All right. Toast to everybody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Boom.
But I just want to say thank you to you both. You've always been in my community. You're my yes connection. And I think it's important that we've been around each other for a long time. I'm popping this up again in case you didn't see the pictures earlier, for folks who are, tuning in maybe on a replay. This was the picture Rukshana shared about the stories of these kids who do not know each other, but because there was a mission, they were so empowered. They did a show together to raise money for schools in Zambia, so that children get education in proper schools instead of under the mango trees. And behind there on the wall says, "Together everyone achieves more." Awesome. And then I'm going to put this up again. Jay shared this. 100 nations attended the BRICS Fashion Summit in Moscow, right, Jay? And imagine the number of communities that they've touched. I'm like, oh my God, I just have exact goosies. But anyways, I just want to say thank you both for being here, for saying yes, because they're my yes connection. And I will have, if you actually RSVP'd for the show, people, you will get information for the replays, both links to their connection links, pages, everything set up. And just go ahead to Zefinitely Connected. I'm going to put this up just in case you don't know where that is. It's zefinitelyconnected.com. Go under the events tab and you'll find this particular show. All right. I just want to say thank you again to everyone who is here watching, tuning in live. Suriani, thank you so much. Alyssa, Malor, Danny, and a few other people I'm not reading on IG. This is the
Thank
first time
you.
I'm seeing IG. Thank you all. If anyone, Smile, she wants to take a picture. Yes. If any of our stories here resonate with you, take them and get empowered and go build your communities, thriving, vibrant communities. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for helping me launch, ladies. Zefinitely Connected. Stay tuned for the real story. And until then, I bid you all a farewell. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
And let me find where the stuff that I'm putting up on the show now. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, see, I don't even know how to close now. Okay, here we go.
Great job.
We did it.
Let me see if I can end this. See, I'm done. See, I don't even know. See, this is Rusty. This is what Rusty looks like, people. Bye.